I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig. Welcome to my new series called The Pivot. We are so excited to bring you deeper conversations with people who've made really impactful changes in their lives. We're going to find out how they do it and how you can also learn from their experience. We're thrilled to be partnering with Signal Relief, a pain patch reliever. I've used it and had tremendous success. We're really excited to have you join us and learn more about how to make the important pivots in your life. Atul Bhatara is the founder and CEO of Atul Skincare, a unique and thriving skincare line for those who are in the know about hot new deals. Atul wasn't always in the skincare business. He made his pivot, took a risk, and Atul Skincare is celebrating 3 years in the marketplace. Welcome to The Pivot with Dr. Robi Ludwig. We're so excited to have Atul Bhatara, who is the founder and CEO of Atul Skincare. And the reason why I wanted to invite you is I have been fortunate enough to use your skincare line, and I love the face wash and love really everything about it. And I wanted to talk to you about your story of pivot. And before we started this show, you were mentioning to me how you've been pivoting your whole entire life.
Yep. First of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to talk to you today. And the word pivot is so important, and it's important to break it down and take some of the stigmas off of it in life and in business. I was born premature. I was supposed to be born in April 1980, and January 17th is my birthday. As a result of being born at almost 7 months, I got cerebral palsy at birth.
Mm.
I was diagnosed after 14 months. And, doctors didn't even know whether I was going to be able to speak, see, or sit, or walk. By the way, I would like to tell people, no matter what your circumstances, no matter what you're going through, it's going to shape you for a better tomorrow.
You said so many important things. And as you mentioned, we live in an ableist society where so many people out there underestimate people who have cerebral palsy or some other type of disability. And I wonder if in some ways that worked to your advantage, that people may not expect certain things from you, and yet you've had this experience of pivoting and developing your resilience.
Well, I think it all starts in childhood by your environment. I think even in your question, what you were trying to say is there's not supportive environments,
Yeah.
and so I happen to have had a very supportive, loving, caring mother and family when I was a child, and she went out of her way to tell me that I was as normal as everybody else. And before the word disability or cerebral palsy could hurt the consciousness of a child, I just believed I was capable and special. And no, again, no matter what your circumstance that you're going through, just a circumstance is just a moment in time. The universe will give you the chance to redeem yourself.
You are a very spiritual person, and that seems to have shaped the way you view yourself and life. And a lot of that comes from good parenting. Would you like to tell me a little bit about your mom, who's been a huge inspiration to you, and also show our audience the gold bracelet
Yeah.
she bought for you with your name on it
Yes.
in 24 karat gold? I need to mention the jewelry and the gold because that's my thing.
This was a gift given to me by my mom that I wear in her memory. I lost her 3 years ago, and it's been really, really hard, to go on, or to deal with the circumstance of the fact that she's not here physically. And I wrestle with that is the hardest thing I've ever dealt with, much harder than the disability or anything else that I had to deal with. And what I have to say about my mom is she was always, she loved me a lot, but she was brutally honest about life and about how things work. And even with my circumstance, she said, nobody is going to hand you anything. Don't ever expect that. Make sure you always perform and do your best. And from graduating college, I went into the restaurant and catering space. Now, I found a catering hall in Queens that was completely closed down, owned by the city of New York, and I had no restaurant experience. But because I was a college graduate and because we wrote a proper business plan, we got a chance to have that opportunity.
I just want to mention to the audience that you started owning a restaurant and your family was supportive of that. And then you wanted to make the switch into skincare.
Mhm.
And there were some people who didn't support you or see your
No, no.
vision. How did you handle that?
There are people today within my family that won't speak to me
Oh,
because they didn't realize, after working so hard in the restaurant and catering business, why would I want to pivot? So I spent a lot of time thinking about that. So I pivoted during COVID. And part of the reason, I think, for my pivot, in COVID, all of a sudden everything was shut down. There was no human contact, there was no going out, there was no weddings. We actually have a wedding space, so there was no large events. So psychologically, when I think about it, I wanted a business that a similar circumstance couldn't affect such a thing.
very
And
smart.
and if we go back to how all this happened with the skincare, it's actually a very unique story. So when I was a child, about 4 years old, I was sent to New Delhi to live with my maternal grandmother.
Why did
But
she send you there to live with them? That's a totally different culture, and you were in the United States then?
yeah, I was born in New York. I think her reasoning for sending me there was that I would get, she was a nurse working 8 to 12 hours a day, so I would have had a family environment for them to take care of me. I'd just been diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and I could get physical therapy and, have some help. I think that's what her understanding, her reason for sending me there.
I want to switch a little bit and ask
Okay.
about who your greatest inspiration is, because you are inspiring me today and so many other people who are watching you right now.
My greatest inspiration, I mean, first I have to say, the only reason this company is still alive today, it's for the memory of my mom and my aunt who passed away. I also had a second mother. In Hindi, we call our mom's sister, we call her Masi, and it's the closest thing to a mother that you can have. And that's what I had. I had two mothers, a single aunt who never married and didn't have any children. And I lost both of them within a span of a year. So my inspiration is them first and foremost. Also, anybody that's trying to do something on their own and the whole world's telling you it's not going to be you. It's one of my mentors, Les Brown, says don't let somebody else's opinion of you become your reality. If you feel you can do something, you need to get away from the people who are weighing you down with their points of view and mentality, because you know what? They're gonna kill your courage. You have the courage to do what they don't. My thing is, don't let anybody kill your courage. And you, Dr. Robbie, being a psychologist and, at the same time doing media and doing some product work, and, anybody listening to this podcast, you have it inside of you. And you know what? The biggest gift you can give to yourself when you're starting this journey of entrepreneurship is to get away from the energy vampires. I don't care what the relationship is. It could be a brother or a sister or a father or a best friend or a significant other. Anybody that's making you feel less than. The first gift you give yourself is you get away. And I know it feels that you won't be able to take care of yourself maybe without the support, but believe me, the universe has another door.
I believe in it. And I also believe that if it's meant to be, if you have a dream, that dream will keep calling you
Yep.
until you answer it. But I want to mention to our audience too, there's a favorite chapter in Les Brown's book, and a documentary is being made about you. So even more people can hear your words of inspiration.
Yep, it's actually called The Spark Within, and it again has to do with keeping your inner light and your spark alive. I wrote in 2,000 words in one of his books. I wrote the formation of this company and product before there was a company or a product. So getting that vision right is so important. And speaking about our products, we have all natural products, with turmeric, saffron, cinnamon, and each and every ingredient is on our website, atulskincare.com. We also have liquid blue light blocker protection, which is so important because everybody's in front of a screen or a camera these days. Your skin is your largest organ. And
I quite like the mask as well. That's a really good
yeah,
one.
the mask actually has saffron in it, and it's a liquid clay.
We love that it's organic and
Yes,
natural.
yes, all organic and natural, and everything you could just go on atulskincare.com and just read about it.
Yeah.
Read about the blue light blocker, and give us a try. Give us a try. We will do a pivot 20 discount for all the listeners
Thank
of the
you.
Pivot podcast. This way we can see how the family has supported us, and we'll be able to grow the community more and more. And
I just found out about this, so I'm very excited. If you had to name this chapter in your life, what would you name it?
the best is yet to come.
I love it. Atul Bhatara, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Robbie,
And don't forget to check out those products.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.